way. So welcome guys to my YouTube channel, and the video today I'll be showing you how to create a financial simulator on Power BI where you can easily ask questions. What if I increase this to this amount? What will be my revenue? What will be my income? So at the end of the day you would understand better. So the first thing we are going to do without wasting much of our time is to create a text box and then create name the visual financial simulator, and prefer using bold 20 and putting it here, and then also transparency, then the white, changing it to white background. So at the end of this video I'll be dropping this data set, account header, the expenses, and the product, and then the revenue. But during the course of this video, because I want to make it as short as possible, the date was created where I moved to the enter data. If you click on the enter data, then you can easily name dates, and then you click on load, and then you can easily add the date. This is the formula here, calendar auto, the DAX function, and add the month name, the format, date and month, and the month number is here. So you can easily do that on your own. So I'll be adding a slicer for the month name. I'm adding a slicer for the month name, and the drop down, and I'll easily exclude the blank. So now we have April, August, from January to December, and we can easily transparency to 100. Yes, and then the slicer header, a white color, and the values also white color. So we are done with this, and then the most important, we're going to the next important thing that we want to do. So we need to create a what if parameter, that okay, if this is increased by 5%, this is the value it's going to give. If this is increased by 70%, and you're going to the view, you're going to the modeling tab, click on the parameter numeric range. So we are looking for what if the quantity so the decimal number, so the minimum is -1, and this is 1, and the increment you want to make it 5%, say 0.05, and the default is 0. So this minus 1 is the minimum, so it's like is minimum minus 100%, and this maximum is 100%, and then the increment is 0.5 is 5%. So then we create this, it automatically creates the what if. So then I can easily, or let me create them again. So we are going to be creating for what if the quantity is increased, what if the unit price is increased, what if expenses is increased, and what if the cost is increased. So the first thing we've done now is to check the what if. quantity. So the next thing we'll be doing is the what if unit price. So decimal number, say minus 1 and 1, and then 0.05, and then this be 0. So we'll create this. Then also create what if expenses. So same minus 1, 1, 0.05, and then 0 to create. And the next thing is what if the cost is increased. Numeric range, what if the cost is increased. Decimal number, also minus 1, 1, 0.05, this is 0. So we are done with that. So the what if quantity will be put here, and the what if expenses and cost will be here. So I'm making it so it can be aligned together. So then so and then this, so they can be aligned together. And then the effects, transparency, so and then the values should be white, and the slicer header should be white. So your formatting was usual. So the slicer header is white and your values is white. Same here. Then we can create a text box to show and just type so bold. Click on effects, should be 100%. And this should be white. So now the next thing we're going to do, the next thing we'll be doing now is to create the figures showing the percentage. So the first thing, this is the what if quantity, and this, for example, you can see this. So we can see here that The what if quantity, it's created on its own. The value is created on its own. The quantity, so it's automatically generated on its own when using the what if parameter. So next we're going to do is the what if quantity. The what if quantity, bring the card out. Sorry. So bring the card and then the value, and also bring the card out for this. Also bring the card out for the cost value, and also bring a card out for the what if expenses value. But we want all of them to be in percentage. So here we'll come to the table, what if cost, we click on the what if cost value and then click on the percentage, 2 decimal place, and likewise what if expenses value, click on the percentage, and the what if quantity value, click on the percentage in 2 decimal place, or what if unit price value, click on the percentage. So now we can see if we are increasing the what if quantity, you can see 15%, showing 50%, but we need to take off the 0.00 and take it to 0 decimal place. So what will come is 2, the decimal place, add 0, same here, 0, same here, 0, same here, 0. And then we can increase this 20%, 15%, 35%. So we can see it's being responsive. So the next thing we are going to do now is to let's take this a bit down. Let's take this a bit down. Then the effect 100%, 100%, the transparency 100%, 100%. So we are formatting the values here. Don't forget the card and then the formatting your visual. So now we need to change the color value to be white, dot label to be white. The next thing also is to do this to be white, then this also white, and do it for the next white, and this also white, color value white, also white. And let's put this back to 0%, 0%. And choose to take the label off. If you like, I just wanted it so this will be uniform. So So this is the cost. So you can easily do this also. Okay, this is the unit price should be here. This is the expenses. So so make it aligned with the red line to show that they are all aligned. So we can 40%, 50%, 60%, 30%. So now we'll take it back to 0, 0, 0, 0%. So now the next thing we'll be doing now is we want to create the variable revenue, the variable cost, variable expenses, the variable income, and the variable income percentage. So we'll see if we increasing or decreasing this what if is going to affect them. And before I do that, I've created them already under the simulator. I did the same process I used. Come to your home tab, enter data, you click on simulator, and do simulator 2. Then when you load, then you can begin to add the measure like I did, and you'll be able to get this. But I'm going to cancel this now because I want this video to be as short as possible. Then the simulator, I've created my cost what if, my cost 11122, my expenses what if, the income KPI, the operating income, you can see them, the cost what if, the cost 11, the cost 22, the expenses what if. You can see the formula there, and if you want to write it out, you can pause the video and check it and do it yourself. But if you don't understand, you can put a message down on my YouTube channel. Like if you want me to explain how every measure here is done, I can easily create another video for that. But if you need, you can message me directly. And then operating income, what if, then P&L, that's profit and loss, the profit and loss what if, the revenue what if, the variable costs, the variable expenses, the variable income, the variable income percentage, the variable P&L percentage, and the variable revenue. And the reason why we'll be using the variable cost is that if we use only the cost, changing this, it won't affect the cost, because this is a variable cost which has been imputed. The formula has been used with the what if quantity and the what if expenses. So for example, if you're inputting the cost only here, 3.5 million naira, and I'm increasing this, you can see there's no change. But let me take it back to 0. But if the variable cost is imputed, can see a change now. Voila, you can see that. So that's why we'll be using the variable parameters here. So sorry, it goes back to 0. So next thing we'll be doing is the variable revenue. So we can control copy and control V. So this will be the variable revenue. The other one will be the variable cost, the variable expenses, variable income percentage. Then we can easily format this effects, put to 0. So and then the call out value can white, change this to white. Also change this to white. And also change this to white. And then the label, you can also change it to white. Then white. Then white. Then white. Then white. So bringing this here. The variable cost. Make sure the red line is aligned. Yeah. So the expenses. So make sure they are aligned. Yes. So the variable income. So make sure they are aligned. The variable income percentage. So if I increase this, so you can also do this million. You can align it up. So for example, what this is telling us is that if my quantity is increased by 14%, if I increase the quantity of items by 45%, if I increase my unit price or change my unit price by 55%, if I change my product cost, which is my income, by 50%, and if I change my expenses by 40%, then my revenue will be 11.38 million. The cost, the expenses, and the variable income, and all will be showing this. So let me put this here. The unit price should be here. So I'll quickly just put a text box and say if we change the quantity of items by so change this to white, then the effects. So if we change the quantity of items by 45%, then next, if we change the unit price by so white, and then the effects 100%. This we change the unit price by 50%, and the other one, if we change the product cost, this is the product cost. So if we change the product cost, and the last, if we change the expenses, don't forget the quantity is what if quantity, the what if unit price, the what if expenses, and the what if cost. They are all here, what if cost, where you created by going to the parameters. Just trying to recap what I've done. So the new parameter, there you click numerical range, and then so let's go back to what we've done before, the insert, the text box. The next thing we're going to be doing now is to impute the, if we change the expenses, if we change the expenses by, so change the color to white, then the effects 100%. Now we put this here, let's put them here. Okay, this should be here. Sorry for that. No. So I'm going with this. Oh no. So I'm trying to see if they're all lined together. So we change the product cost. Let me see if they are aligned together. Yes. Then if we change the unit price, yes, is aligned. Then if we change the quantity or increase or decrease the quantity by 45%, let's see. Yes, the red line, don't forget, they are aligned together. You can see. So now if we change the quantity of items by 45%, if we change unit price by 50%, if we change the expenses by 55%, if we change the product code at 40%, then we'll have 11.38 million, 3.76 million for the variable cost. The expenses will be 2.03 million naira, and the income will be 5.58 million naira. The income will have grown by at a percentage of 239.57%. Now we'll be moving on to the table. So we're going to the matrix, then enlarging this also. Don't forget, I mentioned earlier, I'll be dropping the data. I'll be dropping the account data set, the D account header data set, the expenses data set, the product data set, and revenue data set. You can remember that this were created just now. The with the what if cost, what if expenses, what if quantity, and the what if unit price. And I told you that the simulator and the date was also created by me. I'm not be giving that out because it's more like a new table I created not to be used. So, and I showed you how you can do that. The date, let me recap. The dates, you can see the month name, the month number. And before you can create this, I told you that you move to the modeling. The enter data. There you can easily create them. Don't forget, and add the date and the simulator if you want to work with it. And then the simulator, all this was also created. So, and if you want me, I showed you before, but if you want me to do a video on it, you can message me privately, or you can drop a message on my YouTube channel so I can create another video on how I populated this simulator table. So moving, so move to the table, then the rows using the account header. So the first we put in the header account, the sub header account, then the detailed account, and then the date will be the month name. Then the values we'll be looking at, we'll be going to the simulator, and we'll be using the PNL, what if, and the variable PNL percentage. So we can see this is the blank table, so we'll be excluding it. So now we can see for April, this is the PNL. So for April, this is the PNL value for the cost of sale, the discount, the operating expense, the income, other income expense, the gross margin, the PNL what if, and then the variable PNL percentage. And this for August, for December, so February, is for January to July, June. You can also okay, let me change this. Sorry. Your slicer. I need to. So this is for April. This is for January. So this is the total. So if you have any data set, you can also use that to get your answer. So the space, so we can move this here, then move this here, then move this here. So we're almost done. So we can the effects. Um, the star, alternating rows. See, trying to see which one will be better. We can just try to. So we can all save this. The April, August, December, February, and all. So the cost of sales and everything here. So the next thing we'll be doing is to create an income KPI. So to create this, we just need to impute the Windows I button. Windows I. That's a shortcut. Windows, then be your Windows tab, and then I. So creating this, so you can see. Also, you can also pick this from here. So that's the Windows I. Don't remember the Windows button, and then I. So just click enter. Okay, now just click enter. So we'll create a card. So just to show the indicator that okay, the green is for okay, the account is good, and the red is for there's a okay. So you can see in the effects 100. Just reduce the weight. So if we try to decrease, let's say this, so showing red like danger, because almost your variable is minus, your variable expenses is minus, your variable income is minus, your percentage is minus, because you changed the unit price by, you decreased it by 50%, so you're running at a loss. So you increase it again by 20%, you see. your account is good. And if you also want to make it changes, if you want to maybe the background color and anything, you can actually do that. And so that concludes the YouTube video. So if you have any question, you can drop a message on the YouTube channel. You can message me directly on LinkedIn or send me a message on my email. So this is the how to create a financial simulator on Power BI. So if you have any question, you can pass it through. Thank you for listening, and bye bye. And don't also forget to like, subscribe, and share my YouTube video and YouTube this video. Share, like, comments. Really goes a long way.